discover the mysteries of the Key of Solomon, one of the most famous and influential grimoires in the history of Western occultism. Attributed to King Solomon himself, this ancient book is said to reveal powerful rituals, magical symbols designed to summon and command spiritual entities. The Key of Solomon, known in Latin as Clavicula Salomonis, stands among the oldest, most influential, and most mysterious works in the Western magical and mystical tradition. It is not merely a grimoire of conjurations or a manual for commanding spirits. It is a spiritual treaty between humankind and the invisible, between finite consciousness and divine law. The text claims to preserve the wisdom of King Solomon, son of David, who according to legend received divine revelation that granted him mastery over the elements, the intelligences of heaven, and the unseen forces of creation. In the biblical account, Solomon prayed not for wealth or conquest, but for understanding, and God granted him wisdom surpassing that of all mortals. This wisdom became the foundation of a sacred science that later generations encoded into ritual, formed the science of divine correspondence. Each manuscript divides the art into two books, the first for purification and preparation, the second for invocation and operation, mirroring all sacred creation. First silence, then word, first obedience, then command. Solomon stands as the mediator between humanity and divinity, balancing intellect with faith, power with devotion, will with humility. His si'al, to interlaced triangles, symbolizes heaven and earth united, fire and water reconciled. The upper points to infinity, the lower to creation. The heart of the magician is where both worlds meet. The text is filled with diagrams and tables showing this unity. Circles of divine names, triangles of will, intellect, and love, squares of cosmic law. The Pentacles of Solomon are sacred talismans drawn with Hebrew verses, planetary sigils, and angelic names. 7 chief ones correspond to the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Each reflects spiritual qualities, illumination, revelation, wisdom, love, courage, justice, and endurance. They awaken these virtues within the operator. The manuscripts also include tables of days, hours, metals, colors, and herbs, aligning earthly materials to celestial harmony. Gold for the sun, silver for the moon, copper for Venus, iron for Mars, tin for Jupiter, lead for Saturn, and Mercury for its planet. Every act is a mirror of the cosmos, every operation an echo of divine rhythm. The circle, drawn in chalk or ink, represents unity. Inside it, the operator stands as the microcosm, reflecting the macrocosm, surrounded by the sacred names of God. Many manuscripts depict concentric rings of angelic hierarchies and divine characters within them. The triangle of art appears, where the summoned spirit manifests under divine law. Detailed illustrations show the instruments of art: the sword for judgment, the wand for will, the knife for precision, the censer for prayer, the pentacle for balance. Magical alphabets, often pseudo-Hebrew, are inscribed upon them. The letters themselves are living vibrations of power, channels for divine energy within material form. The book's diagrams include the Wheel of Wisdom, circles divided into 12 or more parts showing planets, metals, stones, and spirits. These serve as maps of creation. Another diagram lists planetary hours. Others connect divine names to the Kabbalistic tree of life, bridging medieval ritual and mystical philosophy into one cosmic system. Some manuscripts are illuminated with coloured inks and decorated initials. Gold for the sun, blue for the moon, green for Venus, red for Mars, violet for Jupiter, and black for Saturn. In some copies, Solomon is pictured enthroned with scepter and seal, angels surrounding him as he commands harmony into being, the living symbol of divine wisdom. The moral law of the key warns that power without virtue is destruction. The operator must fast, pray, and purify both body and mind. For mastery of spirits begins with mastery of self. To rule rightly, one must first obey divine order. Theurgy replaces sorcery. Resonance replaces command. The true magician aligns with the creative word of God. Every gesture mirrors spirit. Incense rising is thought ascending. Blessed water is emotion purified. The circle is awareness made whole. Each pentacle is an act of remembrance. The law of correspondence binds all worlds. Through this harmony, humanity partakes in divine creation itself. Through centuries, the key inspired countless seekers, from Agrippa and Paracelsus to modern ceremonial magicians. The Hermetic orders preserved its rhythm of planetary invocation and moral discipline. Though its outer form is ancient, its essence remains eternal. Wisdom cannot be commanded, only served. Power flows through harmony, not pride. The Key of Solomon is both book and mirror. Its circles and tables reveal the architecture of the soul. Its pentacles translate divine order into geometry. Its discipline teaches humility and clarity. Solomon becomes the inner king. The will guided by understanding, the mind illuminated by faith, the heart at peace within divine order. When the circle fades and incense dies, what remains is the light within, the eternal wisdom that opens all gates. The true seal of Solomon no hand can break. It is not on parchment or stone, but written in the human spirit. The living key that unites heaven and earth, forever whispering. Serve the divine pattern and become its reflection. Thank you for listening to The Key of Solomon. Please subscribe or follow us at satanworld.com.